We can shine in a crowd, we never hesitate. Let us rise to the clouds.
I will do it! You will do it! I will do it! Yes, you will! I will do it! You will do it! Tomorrow! No!
Dreamaholics, Happy New Year or Happy New Week. It is great to be with you. Remember, a dreamaholic is somebody who's completely committed to making their passions and dreams become a tangible reality. It is great to be with you. Question for you. Have you ever, outside, not even just during New Year's, but anytime throughout the year, ever made a decision, said, hey, you know what? I am going to do X. There's something I really want to do, something that's in my heart to do. I'm going to do this, and this is my year. We're going to make it happen. I'm super excited about this thing, but then you don't do anything. Or you get started, and then it kind of tapers off and dies. Or you have little spurts where you go, and then it stops, and then you go, and then you stop, and you chicka. Again, that seems to be this remix of the same conversation each year. Yeah, okay, see what happened was, but this time it's going to be different. Has that ever happened to you? Is it happening right now? I want you to really think with me for a moment, okay? Like, you have something in your heart, in your mind that you said that you want to do, and you know that when you take this action, you know in your heart, it's going to completely change things for you. It's going to make your life way better than it is currently. But you're not doing the thing that you know is going to make a big difference for you. Does that make any logical sense? It sounds actually muy loco, right? That means very crazy. I'm in the Dominican Republic. It's wearing off on me. What can you say? It's rubbing off on me. So, what is it that's happening that would cause us to not take the action to do the thing that we know would make things better for us? Because if you know that you're not making the decisions, and let's just say, for example, it's, I have this new business I want to start, and yeah, this is going to be the year I'm going to start my new business. I'm so excited, right? I guess, or you have your side hustle that you're doing, and you want to go full time. This year, I'm going full time. Yes, let's make this thing happen. Or you're already full-time and you're like, you know what? I want to get to my first 6 figures. Man, if I could just make 6 figures or break 7 figures for my first time ever, oh my God, that would be so sick. It'd be awesome. It'd be incredible, right? Or let's change gears from work and profession and let's talk about health. This year, I'm going to get healthy. This is the time in which I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to hit the health goals. I'm going to be in the best shape of my life. Oh my God, yes. Or for some people, it's a family situation or friends. I work so hard, I put so many hours in, and if I could just, make that time, I'm going to make that time, and I'm going to be more committed to my family and my friends and balancing my life, get the work-life balance thing in check. You've made all of these great declarations of things that you're going to do, but you're not doing them. What the heck is going on? Like, why wouldn't we do the things? Today, we're going to answer that question. But more importantly than answering the why you're doing it, and we're going to be going into the what's going on inside you that's causing you to hold back from following through with the things, I'm going to show you the steps on how to break through this. I'm going to show you the steps on how to not only stick to resolutions or firm decisions that you make, but to take things to that next level. Let's first of all start out with, what is a true resolution? What is a resolution? Let's go to Google. What is a resolution?
This is the definition of resolution: a firm decision to do or not to do something.
So it's a firm decision to do or not to do something. That's a resolution. Okay. So you've made whatever resolution. So right now, in fact, as we're going through today, I really want you to grab a pen if you can, because and get a little notepad, because we're going to be going into some science today. I'm going to be explaining to you how your brain works. on a cellular level, because a lot of times once you begin to understand what's actually happening internally, then you can take corrective steps to change that. And yes, you have the ability to change this. I've helped people do this from all over the world, and people have had phenomenal results, completely breaking through things that have been holding them locked in for years, in some instances, decades. You know what I mean? And being able to snap out of that and break free from the inertia and go and create the reality that they want to create. I want that for you, like this. And so if you follow me through to the end of this, we're going to get into the what's happening, and then we're going to go into the why it's happening, and we're going to show you how to fix it. Okay? I'm going to give you those steps today. So let us dive into some of the science here. Okay? Let's talk about what's going on with the brain. The brain is the world's greatest supercomputer. And the beauty of a brain is that it can be reprogrammed. Viruses can be taken out. You can take out viruses. Yeah. You can unleash your own spyware, right? Or you can update and upgrade your system. Okay? So let's go into how do we do this. Well, the first thing is that we have to understand what's going on is with what's called neural pathways. Neural pathways, okay? That's just a fancy way of saying your habitual way of being or your habits. That's a fancy way of saying that, okay? So we want to rewire or change your habits. We want to change the neural pathways. So let's see how we make this happen. So for my visual learners, this is what we would call the cell body. Okay? The cell body is like the engine, the power, the power that boots up the cell. Okay? Now we've got these things called dendrites. Dendrites are kind of like receptors that receive information from external sources, okay? Information. All right, that's dendrites, dendrites. And by the way, I apologize for my handwriting already. My mom says I should have been a doctor. You know what I mean? Doctoral script, let's mess up some prescriptions. You know what I mean? So, but I hope you're getting what I'm saying. You can go check this stuff out for yourself as well, okay? Then, in between then we have this thing called axons. Axons are responsible for sending messages to your cells, your organs. Okay? And then we've got the terminal branches. Terminal branches. Which are responsible for creating connections among other cells. Okay? So when we're talking about changing your patterns, and again, this is an oversimplification, but I just wanted to give you an idea, a visual of what's actually happening inside. This pathway, this neural pathway, if it's a habit that we want to change or get rid of, we're going to have to break up the pathway. If it's something that we want to see more rebuilt or recreated, we want to reinforce the pathway or make it firmer. How does this happen? Spaced repetition of a specific action over time. So this is why a lot of the books will tell you it takes 30 days to change a habit. Why? Because when you follow a certain action each day, these messages are being, with the same message and the same feeling or same emotion connected to it, the messages are being sent. The messages are being sent. The firmer that this gets, it becomes solidified. Okay? And so that's why they say it takes about, they say 28 days, but who cares? Call it 30 days in order to change a habit. So just so when I refer to axons, you'll know what I'm talking about, okay? Or the neural pathway, and firming that up, you'll understand what I'm talking about because you have the visual representation here, okay? So let's take a look at roads and how roads are constructed. Okay. First type of roads that we've got are dirt roads, right? And dirt roads are things that are easy, habits that are easy to change. No problem. You can make an adjustment, maybe for something that you hadn't been following through with. You're doing something simple like setting maybe you're setting a reminder on your phone. So setting a reminder. All you need is a little reminder, and you're going to follow through. You're going to do it, no problem. Okay? Or sometimes maybe you'll put something on your calendar, and as long as it's written down, now that you see it, you'll do it. It's not a problem. This is a habit that you can change, no problem. A dirt road. A dirt road is easy to maneuver, right? Well, the next grade up is gravel. Now, gravel represents pathways that are tougher to change because there is some foundation there. Okay? So they're tougher to change, but it's still doable. But in this particular instance, in order to, because now that you've got the road that's been formed, you've got the gravel now, so that's going to be a little bit more difficult to change that. So you're going to need a little bit more outside stimulus, right? So you're going to probably need some accountability here. It could be light accountability, but you need some accountability here. And I'm going to give some examples of this, and break this down. Okay, so don't want to lose my notes. All right, so we've got some light accountability in addition to maybe setting the reminders or the calendar. Okay, but you need additional assistance in order to make that gravel road become a reality. Now we get to the tough part. We get to concrete and asphalt. This is extremely hard. It's extremely hard to break this type of a habit. Extremely tough. This is when you need to bring out the bulldozers and the freaking jackhammers. You got me? In order to break through these connections. And so you're going to need all of these things, accountability, but you're going to need a stronger accountability. Strong accountability. So that's probably even like I think everybody should have coaches and mentors, frankly, regardless of the level that they're dealing with. However, because I like to get things done faster, I like to break through habits and things that are holding me back faster. And you always do things faster when you've got somebody who knows what they're doing, guiding you. It makes it much easier and holding you to account. But you're going to need some stronger accountability for this. So for accountability on the gravel side, that's maybe like, your friend checks in, you check in with a friend once a week. You know what I mean? Like this. And, hey, and you say, I'm just going to check in with you once a week and let you know how things are going on. In this instance, you probably need daily checking in order to make some changes there, okay? You're also going to need to work on maybe having a support group. You want to be a part of a group or a mastermind. They can help you. So now you've got a community behind you. You've got a community backing you up in order to make that change. Now, that's over and above all of these things. Now, can concrete be broken faster instead of it taking 28 to 30 days? Yeah, it can, but it requires something usually like trauma. So when I say trauma, what exactly do you mean, Noel? Okay, well, I'll give you an example of something. An old friend of mine, Christy, she used to be a meat eater. She absolutely loved to have that steak, loved to have the burger straight off the grill. Delicious, right? She used to love that. One day she had a hamburger and she saw a dead bug in it. A dead bug, like I think it was a worm or fly or something like that, but it was some dead creature that was inside the burger. When she saw it, she felt absolutely nauseous. She was like, that, hit her like a ton of bricks. And after seeing this dead thing inside this meat, she was completely turned off of meat altogether and she went vegan, 100%. No, so that's equivalent to a tsunami, an earthquake completely destroying the road coming in. Like I was in Santo Domingo during a huge rainstorm that we had. It's about a month ago, almost a couple weeks ago. Yeah, about a month and a half, whatever. We had a storm. We had a storm in Santo Domingo, and I remember driving through some of the streets down there that became like an ocean. Like the water was pretty crazy, and the water came so heavy that it literally destroyed an overpass, and it washed some parts of a bridge away that now has to be rebuilt. That's trauma. You know what I mean? That's trauma invoked change in something that's concrete. So you've got this way of being. You got this way of being. It's like somebody may have gone to a place, got food poisoning. Oh my God, I'll never eat that again. Yes, right? I guess that's trauma. So let's just say, for example, you used to eat fast food. You went to have some fast food. Now you had this traumatic experience. Now you can cut it off, no problem. Neural pathway broken, completely severed, and now you got a new pathway that's being formed. Does that make sense? Okay, so for me, I remember when I went and I had here actually in the DR, I had some salmon, and I got a bad parasite. Boy, it was a rough. In fact, it almost killed me. That's just facts. It almost killed me. Like this, but for me, I really love salmon. So I really love salmon. I love it. So what I had to decide, because some people would say, I'm never eating salmon again. For me, no. I was more on the gravel level. I said, you know what? I'll have the salmon, but I need to have from now on, any meat that I have cooked, it has to be cooked well done. I don't do medium. I don't do medium well. It has to be thoroughly cooked all the way through. I want anything that could be alive in that thing dead. You know what I mean? So for me, I want it dead. So this is so now this is my new concrete. I'm going to have. It has to be well done. It has to be well done. It has to be, or I'm not going to have it. Something on the grill. Is it cooked thoroughly? Is it done? If I can see blood in it, I'm not eating it. I don't want no pink. It's got to be gone. So I had an experience, but I didn't. But the difference between me and Christy is that her trauma got her to completely X out the road. For me, I just modify the road. Now there's some people who I know who got sick from a parasite, and they're like, man, I don't care. That's not a big deal. It's par for the course. Yeah, I'm still alive. I'm good. I'm straight. Get the napkin, get the bib out, and let's go. Right? So everybody reacts differently, but the point simply is that we're looking at where are you at with the things that you want to disrupt in terms of your neural pathways. Okay? So one of the key tools, because we're talking about, well, first and foremost, I want you to sort of, as you're thinking about all of the things that you want to see adjustments with or changes with, what level are you at with it? Is it a dirt road type of challenge, the thing that you need to change? Is it a gravel, or is it a freaking concrete and asphalt thing? You need to be honest with yourself. You really need to be honest. Like as an example, so for me, when it came to health, I went to the gym and I got a trainer. Why? Because I know that I needed some accountability. Just by goal setting and setting up the calendar wasn't going to do it. Wasn't going to do it. I need to know, because for me, the way that my mind is sort of set up, or my wiring is, I won't cancel on appointments with other people, but I can cancel on an appointment with myself. Even as crazy as that sounds, for me, if I make a commitment to somebody else, I'm going to be there. So I started out with going out, so I met with my trainer daily. But now, I've already become more concrete in the training. So I can go to the gym by myself now. After my first 2 months, I've lost over 25 pounds. Look at that. Ha ha ha. It was like this. I had a spare tire, man, like this. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Now the 6 is coming in, baby. Yes. But now I can go, I'll work out by myself. I'll work out by myself. I typically do at least 3 to 5 days a week. I think last week, going into New Year's, I think I only got 2 days in. I did do the push-ups, though. I did do my push-ups. But this afternoon, I'm going to the gym today, and I'll be going 4 days this week, right? So, but this is something where I no longer need accountability to go. I'll just do it. It's concrete in my mind. I never want to go back to the way it was. The pain of looking at myself in the mirror, the pain of that thought shifted my pattern. How do you know when you've changed a pattern? When it feels weird not to be doing the new activity. When it feels weird to not be doing the new activity, that's when you know that there's been a change that's been made, okay? So you have to take a look at, is it dirt road, gravel, or concrete with the habit that you're looking to change? Because then you're going to look at, well, what tools do I need to bring into play? Another thing that I wanted to mention here, and this is really, really extremely important, and you can determine where you're going to put these things in. Your associations and your environment. When I'm talking about associations, first I'm talking about your friends, the people you hang out with. Will they be supportive of you in your new quest, in this new resolution, this new decision that you've made? Are they going to support you in it? So as an example, I went on an alcohol fast for 2 months prior to New Year's. I didn't have any alcohol. I made a decision. I'm not drinking. I want to clean up my body. I want to cleanse, and you know what I mean? And I want to be stronger going into 2024. I still went out with friends, and I went out and went to parties with them. But I told them, hey man, I'm not drinking right now, you know what I mean? And so after I've told them that once or twice, I said I'm not going to be drinking until Christmas and New Year's, they supported me in that. So if I was out, they're like, and they order drinks to say, hey man, Noel's not drinking. So he's going to get his cranberry juice on the rocks. Or jugo de cranberry. Look at that, I'm getting the language down, I'm getting the Spanish. So that's friendship support. There's some of you who have friends who be like, oh, come on, man, it's just a drink. Come on, man, just have a little smoke. There's a little puff, puff, pass, not a big deal. Those are frenemies. They're not friends. They're frenemies. They're enemies of your progress. They're friends, but they're enemies of your progress. And really and truly, that's not even being a real friend. Because a true friend will support you in what you're doing. Does that make sense? So you have to look at your association. Are your friends' values in alignment with yours? Will they support you? If they're not, you're going to need to spend less time with these people and start looking for new associations to connect with and start building some new relationships. And somebody says, dude, that seems kind of harsh. Do you want your dream or not? Do you want to follow through or not? Do you want to make the resolution become resolute and become manifest or not? It becomes real simple. It's either they're helping you or they're hurting you. There's nothing in between. Make a decision. And I'm not saying you're becoming enemies of these people. I'm just saying that you need to start developing some friendships with people whose values align with yours. You don't want to be unequally yoked with people, not just in marriage and relationships, but in your friendships. You do not want to be unequally yoked with people. You need to have the right people with the right mindset around you, people who will support you. So if it's a business thing that you're launching, they're supportive. Hey man, I know some people who can maybe help you out. Or hey man, listen, I know did you hit that goal yet? Then maybe don't come out with it. I know we're going out. You need to chill, get your work done, and then come and see us when you're done. Don't worry, man, we're here. We got you. It's all good. That's a friend. But somebody says, man, you're always working, you're always so busy. Oh, we can't everything, da, 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 da. That is somebody who doesn't understand what you're about and what you're trying to do. That is water dashed on your fire. Does that make sense? We're talking about helping to strengthen these neural pathways. And the only way to make that happen is that you need to have associations that support what you're up to. You can also be a part of support groups or masterminds. So for myself, with the YouTube stuff, there's a group called YouTube Jumpstart that I'm joining now, I guess this year, so that I'm going to be with a group of people who are doing the same thing that I'm doing, and I'm going to be learning from them and growing with them in the space as I'm starting to do more of these videos. So you need support. So attach with support groups. This makes a big difference. Is it because I'm not already having the pathway to do this? No, I want to go deeper. I want to go heavier. I want to go hotter. I want things to be done faster. I want them to be done better, and I want to hit the goal way faster. I want to get there. Does that make sense to you? Remember I talked about not just getting the resolution, but surpassing it and taking it to that next level? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Support. We need it, okay? So those are just some ideas in terms of associations, okay? And also, you can also have looking for industry leaders, people who are top of their game, people who are doing really, really well in that space that you can kind of get around, that also are going to reinforce. We need reinforcement. We're trying to put down the gravel on top of this dirt road to create this new pathway. And then we're going to start laying some asphalt and start getting that stuff down on it so that we can get this new way of being, this new neural pathway firm. We want it firm. And then we have the environment. What are you watching? What are you listening to? What are you watching and what are you listening to? So you've got your social media, all the different platforms. What are you watching? What are you listening to? What is your mental diet? This is all part of your environment. Is it supporting you or is it hurting your progress? Because on one hand, I have this goal, I have this dream. But your input, remember I talked about the receptors, those dendrites? You're taking in that information. And all that information has a cause. It has an effect on your body. It has an impact on you on a cellular level. I don't have time to get into all the details of that today. I'm just saying to you that whatever you're putting in, garbage out. Good stuff in, good stuff out. We need new inputs. So we need the environment to be good. Is your environment at home organized? Or is it a complete mess? You can't function properly in mess, guys. You need to have some level of organization. And if you can't do it, then leverage through somebody else. Get somebody to come in and help you. Friend, family, associate, somebody that's neat and organized. Enroll them to come and help you out and get going, okay? So these are some of the things that you're going to bring out. So I'm going to now I want to bring you to, so I hope you got this. Association and environment, these are two major keys in creating the new pathway to support that objective, the new objective, okay? So let's go through the steps. To create this new habitual way of being. So first things first, make a list of what you've decided to do. Make a list of all of the things that you've decided to do. Okay? So whether it's studying to improve in whatever it is that you're doing or whatever you're up to, whether it's like whatever you're missing in order to manifest the thing that you want, whether it's outreach to clients and start actually getting out there to connect with people or overcoming that fear. Maybe you need to be in a class to help get you through that. I got great programs. Just saying. Like this, for some of you, it may be just getting up earlier. You know, for some of you, it may be having deeper conversations and increasing your level of emotional intelligence when you're connecting with somebody that you care about. Like this, and being able to be open and share about the things that are going on inside of you. Because that could be something that's inhibiting your relationships. Like this, right? Whatever, I'm talking about whatever it is. So whether it's your health, your personal life, your business, or your career, so what are you looking at? So we're going to make a list of all the things that we want to achieve. And then what we're going to do, step 2, is pick 1 or 2. Pick 1 or 2, at maximum 2 things that you're going to work on for the next 30 days. I don't want you taking on more than that. Why? It's kind of like that person who goes into the gym and they go hard, hard, hard. Yeah, let's go, let's go. They haven't worked out in a long time. Now you work out, you hurt yourself. We actually want to succeed with this. We need to succeed because as soon as you succeed at one or two things, it starts to change. Your neural pathway is about being a finisher begins to take form. I'm a finisher. I get things done. When I say it, it's done. And now, in terms of resolutions, you're always resolute because with anything that you say, it's be and then it is. Okay? So we're going to pick one or two of these things from this list. So the one or two most important things that are most significant to help you get to where you want to go for this year. Third thing, you need to identify with these things that you've chosen. Are you dealing with a dirt road? Are you dealing with gravel? Or are you dealing with concrete? So which one of these is it? Because that's going to tell you which tools that you're going to need to employ in order to fix the issue. Okay? Like this. And so you're going to go, so you're dealing with dirt road, gravel, or concrete. Fourth, I want you to plug in the tools that you're going to use. Plug in the tools. So are you going to be using reminders for yourself? Are you going to be calling a friend or having an accountability partner where you reach out to once a week or daily? How is that going to work? How is that structure going to work? Okay, am I putting just reminders in my calendar? Am I setting alarms for things? Am I timing activities? What am I doing? Am I just laying it out on my calendar? Is that good enough for me? Or do I need to make certain that I'm plugged into an association? Whatever it is, you're going to plug in whatever tools you need to use in order to make it happen. 5, you're going to do an association check. All the people who you are closely associated with, I want you to make a list of them and say, okay, who's going to be a part of this journey with me and who is not? You need to make a decision. If I don't have anybody that's around me, who could I find to be a part of my association in order to make something happen? Because you can find somebody new. 6, you're going to do an environment check. Does my environment support what I'm up to? It may mean you have to stop watching certain things on YouTube. You may need to stop listening to certain music for a little while. You want to get everything in alignment that supports the new pattern that you want to create in your mind. If you're going to make any commitment this year, it should be to change your neural pathways about something. Change that habit, change your life. Oh, yes. And then 7, let's go, execute. When does this start? Now. When you stop this video, get on this now. Or, because I'm at work, man, I can't do this right now. I'm on the treadmill, bro. Come on, man. Okay. You do not go to bed tonight without this done. Make that commitment. You do not go to bed until it's done. And let me know in the comments what you've decided to do. And let's get on this journey together. I really hope that you will go back and watch this video a couple of times so that it can let it all sink in. But if you follow this formula, you can't lose. You can't lose. You can reprogram, rewrite this thing, reset it, get rid of all the virus and all the crap. We're getting rid of all the excuses of why things haven't happened before. You now have a formula that bloody works. Put it to work and let's go. Hope you got massive value from this. Please share this with other people that you care about. And let's continue to grow together. Have a truly powerful and blessed day and an even more incredible 2024. Let's go.
We can shine in a crowd, we never hesitate. Let us rise to the clouds.